Hey weirdos, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing today? I am doing awesome. I've got some products that are new to me. You may have heard of them before. This is from Phoenix Ashes, and I could not be more excited to show you what I'm about to do. If you didn't see the mani on my, what laugh was that? I don't even, what's happening? The mani on my right hand was the last video that I uploaded. I will leave it down in the description box in case you missed it. Yes, I am using peel base. I know it's been a minute since I've used the peel base, but I am doing this entire mani with gel liquids. I'm not using dip liquids. And if you've used gel liquids before, then you probably know that they are kind of a pain in the ass to remove. So just to save my own sanity, I'm going to use my peel base. And I can tell you, these on my short little nails, you may have a different experience depending on nail chemistry or nail length or nail shape. Many variables to how long your peel base will last you. These did last me an entire week, which I was super excited about. And again, it's more likely than not because my nails are short and I don't know what else. They're dry. I don't know. But I'm going to show you how to do an ombre using gel liquids with what might be a newish technique to some of you guys. It's probably the easiest ombre I've ever done. Not with like glitter or anything. These are just regular non-glitter. They have a little bit of a shimmer, but they're matte, flat, whatever, dip colors. So without further ado, we're going to dive right in. I'm going to leave the products that I'm using down below in the description box per usual, along with any videos that I may reference along the way. Everything will be all in one place, along with all my contact info and discount codes. I always have discount codes down there, so check it out and use them if you need them. Some of them are affiliates. They're clearly labeled as affiliate, though. You don't have to use them, but I appreciate you if you do. And if you don't, I still appreciate you. Just for clarification. Anyway, onward. Okay, so I'm going to use my Nail Addict gel liquids today. I'm using their base and their top coat. So here's what I'm going to do for this ombre. I'm going to apply the gel base just like I normally would if I were doing anything. If I were going to pour over, if I were going to cure it and do gel polish, just a regular thin-ish coat of my gel base. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flash cure this for 15 seconds. Then I'm going to take my little eyeshadow brush. I'm not using this fluffy one. You're going to see me push it away in a second. I'm going to grab my densely packed, small bristled eyeshadow brush. I think it's eyeshadow. I don't know. I don't wear makeup. I'm going to grab the other brush. I'm going to dip into the first color, and I'm going to press the pigment into the semi-cured gel base. Yes, I am touching the brush to the base. I am not buffing it in. I'm not doing a scrub. I'm just touching it to that wet. It's not wet. It's semi-cured. It's not moving. And I'm going to get it on the nail. I'm going to do the same thing with the orange. Just touching, bouncing. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what should we name this? What's the name of this ombre? I don't know. Come up with a name for it. Let me know down below. But that's what I'm going to do. Now, since we only did a flash cure for 15 seconds, once you get your pigment on, you want to finish curing it. You want to cure it for the rest of the 15 seconds, depending on what liquid you're using and what lamp you're using. Usually base is 30 seconds total. So 15, get your powder on, and then 15, and then you can brush off excess and move on with your next layer. And my brush is not getting gunked up. The pigment cleans right off on a paper towel, as you can see. And I'm going to repeat this step 3 times. And that's normally what I would do for an ombre anyway. I would repeat this to build up the opacity, make that blend nicer. So I'm going to do it 3 times. And you're going to see this comes out super cute. It was so easy. I mean, if you've done an ombre before, be it the scrub method, the tap method, odds are, and I could be wrong because some of you are magicians, sorceresses, sorcerers, I don't know. You probably screwed it up. I've screwed it up. I've screwed ombres up plenty, either by tapping too much or not enough, or you wait too long, or you don't wait enough and then you're mushing stuff together. This is like no fail ombre. You can't screw this up. You really can't. So if you like using gel liquids, or if you don't have an issue using gel liquids, Nail Addict, these particular liquids that I have do contain HEMA, but you can use any type of gel base that you want. Dipalicious would be my recommendation if you're looking for a HEMA-free option. I fortunately do not yet, anything's possible, have a sensitivity to HEMA, but if you do, I would go with Dipalicious if you want to try this out. Also, you can use the same soak-off technique that I typically use for my dip powder manis. However, gel is pretty stubborn and is not as easily broken down as dip liquids like the resin is. So it's going to take you a little bit longer, but it will still work. And if you've not seen my soak-off method, I will also leave that down in the box for you. My dip with resin liquids, my soak-off usually takes about 7 minutes depending on the powder. If it's a glitter, it may take a little longer. But for me, it's the fastest way that I have found to soak off my mani. So I'm going to finish up getting this done. I'm going to come back and show you just my general gel application, my regular gel pour over, so you can see the ombre and regular application. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of filing, and you're going to see how easy this is to file. Literally took very, very little effort. Filing was super minimal. Oh, I should also mention that, sorry, I didn't mean to scare any of you. I scare myself sometimes. I am not using clear dip powder at all with this mani. If you've not seen one of my gel videos, I'll leave, I guess, a general one down in the box for you guys. But clear dip powder can often make the gel mani cloudy, if you will, especially if you're using like glitter. It can distort the color underneath. It just can leave like a white cast sometimes because the clear dip doesn't really absorb well into gel base. So I'm not using any clear dip powder. I'm going to encapsulate the entire mani with my gel base and my gel top. I'm going to file right over that. So I'm going to let you finish watching up the ombre. I'm going to get that capped in base and in top. I cure my base for 30 seconds and my top for 60. I'm using a 48 watt LED UV. If you check my storefront, there are some in there that I got from Amazon that work really, really well. The one I'm using right now is from Nail Addict. I'll leave that for you guys as well if you want. So I'm going to come back for my general application just to give you a little tips and tricks along the way. We're going to file, we're going to top coat, and we're going to be done. So as you can see, that nail came out beautiful. It's very smooth, no lumps, no bumps, and that is something I have found to be true with using gel liquids and you're pouring over. And I find that that's the key. I know there are some people that like to dip, like put their actual finger in the dip powder with gel base. That terrifies the crap out of me because I know gel base does not dry unless it's cured in the lamp. So I feel like it could move around and I'm not trying to mush things up. So I'm going to pour over as you're going to see me do right now. And the mani came out so smooth. You're going to see when I file, even when I not file, when I don't file, it's just, I don't know, like it barely requires, you don't even have to file if you don't want to. Y'all know me, I'm a little OCD about stuff, so I'm gonna file anyway, mostly because I feel incomplete if I don't. Like it's just part of my routine, it's part of what I do. I'm gonna do 3 pour overs total of every color. I also find that when you're doing a pour over method as opposed to dipping, the layers are a lot thinner. So if you're struggling with the thickness of your manis, no matter what you're using, whether it's gel base or dip base, I would encourage you to try a pour over method as opposed to dipping in or laying your finger flat. You may find that gives you much thinner layers and result in a much more natural look. Of course, all of this will vary depending on the length of your nail, the curve of your nail, all that stuff. I get a lot of questions about doing an apex method, air quotes, you can't see it, but I do. I don't really build an apex on my nails when they're this length. They're very short. And I find that the only time you really need an apex is to keep your nail from breaking if you have length to your nail. I don't, so I don't see a purpose in building any kind of apex. You will see in my next video, here's a little teaser for you guys. I put on extensions. I did, you guys may have seen the video I did on my daughter for her Pride mani. I used the iGel Pro Gel tips. They're full coverage tips. You're gonna see them on my hands in my next upload. And if you struggle with an apex and you're into like full coverage tips, I would highly recommend these. They're not easy to apply by any means, especially on yourself. I wish I were an octopus with like 8 different hands, but they come out so beautiful. I'm not going to show you the whole process because you've seen that in the video, but they have a very beautiful natural apex to them. So if you want to dip over tips like that, it is so easy. And I'm going to show you how to do that in next week. Nope, Thursday's video. Is today Monday? It might be Monday. I'm doing this voiceover ahead of time, so I don't know what day it is. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up here. I do 3 dips. I think I'm only gonna show you 2 of them. I'm gonna cap in my base and my top coat. I'm gonna do my whole rest of my hand off camera. I'm gonna come back for some, what? Y'all, I'm not used to doing voiceovers during the day. This is weird. Okay, I'm gonna come back for filing. So I went ahead and finished the whole hand. I am living for that yellow. I'm not a yellow person. You guys, if you've been around here for a minute, if you haven't, hi, I'm Marla Chris. Thanks for being here. Welcome to my craziness. Yeah, so I'm not a yellow person. I really don't dig anything with a yellow undertone generally, but I am living for this yellow. I wanted to do a whole yellow mani after this. I did not because I have other things to film, but this yellow is seriously giving me life right now. Okay, so we're filing. This is my 100 grit file. I'm just taking that around the perimeter of my nail to crisp up my shape and my cuticle line. I'm going to grab my e-file here in a minute using the iGel Beauty e-file, the new 2.0, and I'm going to clean up that cuticle line further, just get that perfected as much as I possibly can. And then I'm going to do the slightest little bit of contouring with my 150 grit file. It's my same routine as usual. I'm only going to show you it on one nail. I'm going to let you zone out and be zen as I file this into, I don't know, some form of perfection. That word, I hate that word. If you guys haven't heard me say this a million times, you're going to hear it one more. Perfection is an illusion. It does not exist, but I do try to get them to look as good as I possibly can, and I think they came out pretty okay. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments. Ooh, also, while I got you and while I'm thinking about it, I do have plans. It's on my calendar sometime in the next few weeks to do the same exact method with like baby boomer colors, because I know that's something a lot of you have struggled with, or at least that's what I've heard. You know, I hear the little birdies chirping sometimes in my Facebook group especially. So I'm going to see if I can do this with like baby boomer colors. I'm optimistic. I think it might work out really well. So stay tuned for that. If you're not yet subscribed, consider subscribing. I do this kind of content twice a week, every week. Hit the little notification bell thing so you don't miss my uploads, because I have some exciting stuff planned over the next few weeks. My final little request is, if you like this kind of content, if you like this video, or if you feel like you got something out of it, give me a thumbs up so I know you liked it, and I'll continue making this kind of content for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna let you chill, watch me finish up. I'm just contouring my nail right now. I'm gonna buff it out in a little bit. I'm gonna let you watch the juicy top coat moment, and I will come back with some final thoughts. So here's the finished look. I could not be happier with the way these came out. The colors are gorgeous. The powders performed beautifully. The gel method that I used for this ombre, I have no complaints. And as you can see, in comparison to the dip mani that I have on my right hand with resin liquids, they're not any thicker. They're not flimsy. They have beautiful curve and structure to them. I'm blessed and I have natural curve to my nail, but I think they came out gorgeous. Let me know what you think down below. I put on my cuticle oil and now I am all set. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love you, bye.